Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. It's Tuesday, March 22nd. We're going to look at all these small caps, these basket stocks, GME, rip rallying, the options, how I played it wrong, how I played it right. Looks like it wants to keep going into close. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. We have a Twitter you can follow us on at Happy Money YT, as well as a Discord server. Link for that is in the description. Couldn't have played today really any worse for me. I could have a little bit worse, but I did just about the worst thing I could have done. And I'm gonna show you that. Anyways, looks like cost is up 30%. This is one of the ones in the basketed stocks. No options on this one, so I'd have to run shares. GameStop is at 30% as well. SPY's made a big move, also pretty big move, 1.15%. Some of the bigger companies, not that one. Tesla, I closed out of my position yesterday. I made good profits on it though, it's fine, but I could have made max profit today. 7.5%, that's crazy. I figured it would stop out at 950, but it blew through that pretty fast. All right, let's talk about GME here. GME finally had a big day. I'm stoked. It is good to see. Good to see that it looks like we are not going down, at least to 45 soon. As you heard in my last video, if you saw it, I'm really waiting for it to eclipse this resistance or break it. But with how big of a day today was, I'm pretty sure it will very shortly, if not after hours, pre-market, or tomorrow. With the amount of volume, 12, almost 13 million volume. We've got 20 minutes left in the day, as well as just the candles we have here. It's looking like it's not this formation right here, which is what I was concerned with, or this one either. So that was my main concerns. We were kind of in that point of the cycle, and it looks like we're not. Looks like we're probably just not even copying a cycle necessarily like we have these prior. Like this time they shorted it basically into earnings, and then earnings was the bottom, and now we're ripping, which has never been the case. They've always shorted after earnings, and maybe that was partially because RC moved the earnings up, and that flipped everything around for them because they weren't prepared for that. Hard to know. What we do have and what we had yesterday was the indicators though. Remember, it flipped bullish on the hourly, on the 4 hours, what I was waiting for. It did that on the day after earnings, and it seemed like all these different reasons why it would have, and I said, you know, that's okay, we won't even worry about that. We'll just look at the TA, and it's big volume, big green, didn't open over the 9 but definitely closed over the 9. Then we had a bullish MACD, so that's when I flipped my short put over to shares on Fidelity on the margin. So that play I'm happy with, and it ended up playing out. Today we're seeing the fruits of that. I didn't have money to really get more exposure that day, even though I thought it could have been the beginning of a rally. So as far as this rally, how high does it go? What happens here? The move today is actually pretty significant. It's quite large. I don't actually know where the volume is on that. Look at the volume though, actually. Wait a minute. We haven't had this much volume. Wow. That was 11 million. Oh my gosh. Holy crap. All right, today's 13 million. This day was 14 and a half. We still have 15 minutes. That is a huge volume day already. Okay, well, it's hard to know what's coming in the near future, but there are a lot of signs to GME continuing to rally and this not being a one-day event. The borrow fee has more than tripled what it's been in recent history. Utilization's been at 100 for about 30 days. The short interest on XRT, the XRT dividend. There's a lot of different catalysts right now that is causing market makers and institutions and whoever to buy in, to roll over, to close, to hedge, and it's all kind of happening, it seems like, at the same time. And we're in SLD period right now. So as well as there's just money, I think, flowing in somewhat to these kind of small caps right now. So it's kind of a whole trifecta of positive stuff for GME to have momentum. Or it's just retail really likes NFTs. Anyways, the upside move, I'd like to see it break this whole resistance round here. Looks like SPY is kind of going to rip into this 10 minutes of volatility at the end there. GME holding up strong is very, very good. And let me go back to that. Was just crazy. I couldn't believe the volume bar. But yeah, let's look at this real quick. So today, 30% we have. That's not open to close. That is overall move. Actually, no, it's down here. 33% is the overall move today. Open to close, probably be a little less than that. But if you look back here, I think this was our biggest day. That was 35%, and then open to close was 26%. I think that was the biggest day we had of the year, besides January maybe. And even January, what were those days? That was 84. Okay, yeah, so it was after that. It was since the January pinch. I think this was our largest percentage day right here. This one. Oh, never mind. I don't know why I thought that. 60. I guess not. Anyways, big percentage day, not our biggest, but very large indeed. And if we are repeating some sort of pattern, I'm not totally seeing it. If anything, it could be here. That'd be my closest assumption, is that today was kind of like this day. Let's see, where is that on there? May 25th. But honestly, if we are repeating a pattern, it might be something from prior, pre-January 2021. It's crazy. I mean, this RSI on the daily, it's mellow. We haven't even gotten anywhere close to oversold on the daily. 4 hour coming up kind of hot. Probably cool off tomorrow some, I would imagine, but maybe not. This thing might do stuff after hours. It might just keep going. I mean, the price action day has been very, very strong and solid. No like short attacks. That's probably because of the SLD period, but no big drops. Just little consolidations and holding strong. Yeah, if we break this 125 this week, coming into Wednesday, the week's still early too. So if we do have a rally for the next 2 to 3 days, typically like to close it down into the weekend bearish. But if you look here, this rally, I'd say this was a 3-day rally. So I feel like more recently, the longest rallies we've had has been 3 days. That was 3 days. This one was 2 days. This one was really just 1 day. It's possible we repeat something like this where it just does that. Possible to do something like this where we gap up and just keep ripping. Anything's possible, but the volume today and us coming up to this resistance and the way it's holding up is legit. Yeah, I'm kind of blown away. But as far as options, I gotta show you guys the options. That's where my head's at. I'm so distracted. So this, yeah, sorry, the day rally, that's what I was looking at. So this would be, I would say today would be the first day of this rally. The last 2 days were pretty good, but if today's the first day and we're lining it up with this one, these days were kind of just big volatility days. But open, say the beginning of it to the peak on that one was 9 trading days. So for me, opening up options, I have an order right now for next Friday, but I did also close some stuff today. Mostly, actually, the stuff I did close was mostly just capturing losses. We are still down. I was up 600% on my plays today, and they're still down 80%. Look at this. This one's up 746%, and open market gains still down 85%. I didn't mean to close all of them, but I ended up closing all of them. I was trying to scale out. I started to scale out, and then I just ended up closing all of them. That 145, 200 call debit spread, I closed all of them. It was it was down, I think, 4 grand, but today it came up 1,500 or so. Break even on it, I don't think was till like 160, which, you know, maybe we'll hit 160 tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I've learned with GME on a big 32% day, you can't be greedy, and I'm fine to cut some losses. I still have exposure, so back to back 30, 50, 100% days could happen, and probably will when we squeeze or have a significant pinch, I guess. But more likely than not, it won't just keep going 30% days. We'll have some days at least of consolidation. I'd presume that hourly is pretty cooked, but look at the freaking bull flag. It's just SPY's squeezing up, new highs on the day. Let's see, we have this. I don't know why this is all weird, but yeah, it's a 160, 165. The chart on here is all messed up. It's a call debit spread. So yeah, so that one I have for this week, and then the 215 calls I have for this week. I didn't take profits on this one because I took them on the other one. This one is only up $300, so I was like, I'll just hold it. It's early in the week, and then we have these ones for the 23rd, which is, I think, the monthlies on April. This is a bearish play, 670. This one will be worthless. And then there's the put credit spread that I rolled. So I'm hopeful. This is my main play at this point because I've lost exposure basically to everything else. But this is a nice one, 21K if we close above 140 by middle of April. So that one's up 36%, 37% today. So that helps the account. And then our shares, of course, are up 15K today on that. And now, let me show you. I opened up ISPO call. Shout out Don Rowe on that one. This was me closing a play, sold short. This is me closing. The plays I described are in here on GME. Oh, I shorted a call on SoFi. BBIG, opened up some calls. Wish I did some covered calls on that for today. It's like my BBY is running also. Our Leap's doing well on that. And Birds is up 5%. Corsair moving 2 today? Oh my goodness. I didn't even check Corsair. The real deal though is what I did this morning. Let's look at that. Oh my gosh, it's breaking out into close. Holy crap, that's bullish. So come into this morning. Looks like we're in a cycle. GME's got me battered down. Has been psychologically training me for many months. Sucking money out of my account. And I have my margin shares as well as 2 theta farming accounts. I'm like, all right, I need to sell some calls. GME's up in the morning, low volume. So typically not a good sign. And typically when GME rips in the morning, it's going to come down. If it drops in the morning, those are oftentimes more likely days when we run in the afternoon. GME comes up here, it's low volume again, less than yesterday. It's kind of hitting this resistance. I short calls. I short them on my margin shares account. I short them on my Webull account here. I short them on my other theta farming account. 20 delta is what I shorted. These are down 1,300%. So basically I should have inversed this, would have been up 1,300% on that. Shorted those, and then this started happening. I'm like, oh crap. And then it got about to here. I'm like, wow, it's almost over. And then these were down, my calls were down 300% at this point. I was planning on rolling over, I still am. And then this happened. Holy crap. And now we're doing it again. So yeah, those calls I shorted this morning basically picked the best time ever to go long on calls, and I went short. So they're down 1,300% on that one. And let me show you on this one. How could you have loss porn when GME's up 30%? It's not really loss porn, it's hedge porn. How about that? 109 call. This one's down 1,200%. It really actually sucks because 109 in the grand scheme and in the 52 weeks of GME trading is very low, and I'm bummed I'm in a short call at 109. That's just a stupid strike to be. But for everything in my account and my life, I had to start farming, had to start collecting some premiums. So that's what I did, and we'll see. we'll see what happens. I might roll these tomorrow, maybe wait till Friday. Not sure. Trying to figure out the best time to roll it. I think I missed today's opportunity. It seems like when it's ripping is the best. But to get to get these rolling up, so I'm trying to roll them up first, higher strike as well as receive a credit, and basically doing it with the shortest time frame I can. Or rather, yeah. So earlier in the day I could roll them up to 111 for next week and receive a credit. And as the day progressed, that went down and down and down. And then it turned into only being able to roll them up for... Now I can't even actually roll them up. Actually, I think I have to roll it down to receive a credit, which I'm not going to do. So I'll just pick a later date. Here is the margin account. Here's those 108 calls. Ouch. Down 1,000% on those. I don't know why it's different because I opened these up today. I think. Did I open these yesterday? I don't know. It's acting like I opened them yesterday. Down $7,000 on that. However, our shares are up 13 grand on them today on this one. So these are the margin shares. And yeah, so it's just a bit of a hedge. If you're planning on holding the shares a long time, rolling the calls isn't a big deal. So part of my issue though is with that margin account, I'd like to pull premium out of the account to pay for credit card loan, as well as to keep my margin, to just kind of pay off my margin, I guess. I guess you don't have to continually pay it, but yeah, that was my plan with it, and it might be difficult. I might have to bring it in from the E-Trade account. So anyways, my exposure right now is actually very limited to the upside. That's what happens. Hedgies stretched me out, and they won this round, but I think they have at least a few more days, if not a couple more weeks of bleeding, and I've got the shares. That's why shares were the way, and the shares are doing well. The position I have going to open right now, or trying to open, is a 134-170 call debit spread for next Friday. That's not going to get filled for my strike. We'll see. I mean, it could consolidate here for the rest of the week, which would be good. Honestly, I'd be fine. It could rip in after hours. Really don't know. At this point, it's premiums are all very juiced, so especially on weeklies. But oh man. All right, we'll see you guys on Discord. Have a good afternoon. Peace out.